Happy Thursday! Surprise! I'm in a great mood. Got back to the VTH today. Been a little over a week, and I really missed it. Um, how's the weather? Good old New England here, like they say. And it's even a little different for us here on the south coast in Cape Cod due to ocean temperature being warmer than air temperature. Uh, a lot of what should be snow changes to rain. Yesterday, on all the news, a lot of snow coming our way. It's going to start around midnight and all through the day. Well, yeah, it started out as snow. This morning got up already. It was already changing to rain, and now there's like maybe that much snow on the fucking ground outside. Points inland and north got a lot more. They got quite a few. I heard here up in New Hampshire they got quite a bit of snow. Maine, Vermont, upstate Massachusetts, northwestern Massachusetts. Anyway, hey Java, my buddy, how you doing? You're still hoarding up that motel room? Making sure you fill up every inch of floor space and wall space. Don't you need furniture in there? You planning ahead for that to hopefully someday, you know, when you have a friend, go there and help you bring up a couch, a bed, kitchen table and chairs, things like that. You know, there are people that are hoarders, there are people that are collectors, and there are people that are hobbyists. And there's a difference between the three. I had a cousin, and I say had. I think I mentioned this in the past. He died when he was like 41 or 42. And he was a flea market guy. He rented a booth up at the old Raynham dog track, Greyhound Racing. We had two, Taunton and Raynham. And they were indoor tracks. And all around the perimeter, they had restaurants and bars and food vendors and all that shit. And then when they both closed, they were abandoned for a long time. Then they started having, in the outer parking lots, car shows, swap meets, car parts. And then flea market booths started springing up. And then in bad weather, they now opened up the inside. And then in good weather, it was inside and outside. There were hundreds of vendors there. I used to go there with my ex-wife at times. Bought a few things here and there. And my cousin used to go there. And what was nice about that place was, with a lot of like little flea markets that spring up, you got to go there like early in the morning or the day before, bring all your shit there. And these people would sleep overnight, watching their shit. And then, for the weekend, and then they have to pack it up. They'll go in there in vans and trailers and small box trucks and whatnot. What they did was they set it up with a security perimeter around it with a security guard and a big high fence so that you could bring your stuff there and leave it there. And then it got even more security. They had a lot of people going there with 2x4s and plywoods and building little, not cubby holes, but like, little place where they could fit a lot of shit in there and a door to lock it. Besides, and my cousin had his little place there, and he did well for many years. It was a business. Just like a lot of people there, some of them were retirees. They had free time and it was extra money to add to their Social Security check. A lot of them, they had their regular full-time jobs during the week. On the weekend, it was a way to make extra money. It was a business and a way to make money, not a way to throw money away. And they'd get their items cheap. My cousin was all over fucking eBay and every other internet site where they were selling things. He used to do a lot of picking. You'd be surprised at things that people throw away. He told me one time, he says, Brian, I had 32-inch TVs, flat screens. They're like new. He says, you gotta check everything out. A lot of them times electronics and things, they're broken, they don't work, that's why people throw it out. But there are many cases, people get that TV and then they go and they buy a 50 or a 60-inch. They don't want that small one anymore. They don't know what to do with it. They don't want to go to the hassle of listing it in the classifieds or so. They say, fuck it, I got a few years use out of it. They put it out with the trash. I check it out. If it works, I clean it up. and I sell it for 25, 30 bucks. It's 25, 30 bucks more than I had before. You can't sell shit like that for close to, new or even half a new. Someone will say, yeah, this thing, you know, even if it works, they all have a life. Even like my 70-inch here, 65 in the living room that I had in here, and I swapped it out. And the 50-inch that wasn't there, I told you I traded it with a guy that wanted a big one. For his 32-inch, I got it sitting on a bureau in our bedroom. It's not even hooked up, but fuck it. Someday I know somebody that wants it for their kid's bedroom to play video games, I'll fucking give it to them, you know what I mean? I'm not going to be going classified try to sell it, fuck it. Says you'd be surprised, microwaves, a lot of decent electronics, and household items that are good. They just need to be cleaned up. And getting a little for it that I know I can move it. Continuous movement, continuous selling, money's coming back to me. It's better than trying to go for that one big kill. Try to sell it. You're going to be selling it for close to new price. I'm going to go to fucking Walmart and buy a brand new one, you know what I mean? And he did well with it. Had a nice apartment, nice car. And he was doing pretty good in life. It was a business. Until he found something called cocaine and heroin and speedballs. And that ended his life at age 41 or 42. It's kind of funny because when we kids were young, he didn't even smoke weed. I don't know what happened, why it happened, but it happens, But these are people that, at times you go to his apartment and there'd be all kinds of fucking shit in there like that. And he had a big van. But it would be gone. That got loaded up in the van, and then he'd be there in the middle of the week getting things in there set up for the weekend. And now he's got all that room back in his apartment. He'd be looking around, scouring around, getting buying things off eBay, other sites. On trash collection days in the city, go around early in the morning, like the scrappers go around early. Scrappers here do good, man. They're taking junk cars out of people's yards. They're getting a car for free. So even if they're getting 250 bucks for it at the scrapyard, it's 250 bucks. They didn't cost them a fucking dime, except their gas and time to go fucking haul it there. Refrigerators that don't work, cooking, gas stoves, electric stoves, all kinds of metal goods, old bicycles that are rusty and shit. They do well, And, but it's constant transition of it's coming, it's going, it's coming, it's going. His apartment just didn't get hoarded up to where he couldn't move, and it stayed like that. It was a business. And then you get the hobbyists, you get the collectors, people that collect things, but they're collecting things and spending the money. They're not turning their house into a fucking dump. They're not taking all their living space to where they can no longer fit furniture in their fucking house. So just keep collecting this stuff. And they're not spending money that should be better spent on bills and necessities in life. You have hobbyists. When it comes to cars, you're a hobbyist. You've had cars for a long time, project cars, whatever you want to call it. But they're not like guys on here making big claims and they're going to do this like Sanford. People are still waiting to see us 10-second pass or Baby Bought a Rocket. He's sucking a lot of people for fucking money. Like I say, man, on here, you take away the money aspect, you're not going to find too many people on here. You're saying like and subscribe ain't going to put a dime in their fucking pocket. You know what I mean? They have nothing to gain. So they may not want to stick around. I feel they need to make constant forward content coming out because they want to get something in return. I know people get mad at me when I say this, and to you I say right here, okay? The truth hurts, suck it up. If the shoe fits, lace that bitch up and wear it and shut the fuck up, okay? Sanford sucking people. They're asking for donations on live streams. And you know how many people put money into the build of that Baby Bought a Rocket, he suck it, and then they want to sell their products, merchandise, hats and t-shirts. Wasn't Jabba going to sell hats and t-shirts too at one time? Oh yeah, that didn't work out very well for it. It didn't work out very well for you, did it? Collectors and people that are collectors and hobbyists, some people have what's called expendable money, where it's not interfering with their bills, their necessities they need in life. I'm still on very good terms with my ex. Her boyfriend Kyle's a great guy. Her sisters, but they're still, you know, we all get on good. Our daughters will always be our daughters. Holidays, birthdays, we're all there. Billy talks with her. I talk with Carl. He's a good guy. She's a very good woman. I got nothing bad to say about her, you know. And like some people that bash their exes on here. Uh, I got two brother-in-laws I'm still very friendly with. And one of them collects stamps, Joe. I don't know why. He likes stamps. Hold on one second. Okay. Sorry, I had to step away for a minute. He collects stamps, rare stamps, stamps from all different countries and shit. He's got a few of those binders. You know, they're like real hardcover, by plastic coated. You know, with the ring clips in the middle. You know, kids put Pokemon in the sleeves, Pokemon cards, baseball cards. When I was a kid, I think I had one. I used to collect Hot Wheels cars and remember Rat Pink? I had a Rat Pink cards. You know, like one, you know, maybe 50 or 60 in there, something like that. And he'd have all his stamps in there. When he went to his house, the whole house wasn't loaded up with all these binders with stamps. He wasn't neglecting paying, you know, the mortgage, the insurance, the taxes, car payment, gas, electric, water, food, clothes. He wasn't neglecting all the things you need to live because he was blowing all his money on these stamps. And he had some stamps that he paid quite a bit of money for, but he waited till he had the money. He didn't sacrifice his life and his needs in life for the sake of his hobby. You know, you find a balance to things. When you find a balance of things, you find you can have what you want, but it doesn't take precedence over the things that you need. And you wait. You save up a little here and there. You take care of your priorities, your responsibilities first. And things tend to work out pretty good for you, you know. Things worked out very good with my cousin. You know, he made a pretty good living at it. A lot of them do. And until, I don't know why or how, he found cocaine and heroin and a needle and something called a speedball. But, Jobby, you're not a collector. You're not a hobbyist. You're a hoarder. And when you see these people, even on American Pickers, you see them, they show up at these farmhouses, everything's run down. Their yard looks like your yard looks. You go in their house, it's jam-packed with shit. Even Mike and Frank are like walking sideways. What do they need all that shit for? And even a lot of them, they're offering them good money for shit, even though we know how it's a very staged show. They don't want to part with anything. They can't. There is a mental disorder deeply associated with hoarding. You can see these people are not right in the head. People can see that you're not right in the head. How you have no priorities in life. You're like a little child. You want what you want, and then you want more of it, and you neglect all your responsibilities in life. And you end up in a motel room, alone, with no friends, no family that wants to bother you. No one drops in to visit you, you know. And you keep bringing more shit in. For what? How many 9 and 10-year-olds have you attracted to your new Hot Wheels channel now? And they're leaving you comments saying, oh man, I wish I had all those Hot Wheels cars. How many grown adults that are responsible in life want to see obsolete boomboxes, cassette tapes of Casey and the Sunshine Band, 8-track tapes of Boston and Aerosmith? You know, I can't remember. I even asked my daughter one time, people even buy CDs anymore? Why would they? You get all the music you want for free on the internet. On my playlist I got it all off the internet for free. I never had the Napster thing. I remember that caused a big fuss. Lars Ulrich, Metallica, stealing money, you know, by getting free downloads. And a lot of times when YouTube's going here, I ain't watching anybody on here. We're talking, friends are over, I'm doing something. And sometimes I'll have the TV on, I'll be watching something, the volume's down, and I hit a playlist. And I got everything from my classic old rock and roll, some metal, no disco. Kind of like that new wave movement that came around in the 80s, you know. Punk, you know, Sex Pistols. Dead Kennedys was a good band. All different music genres, you know. That's most amount of time I'll spend on YouTube, listening, not listening to people's voices talking on a video. Yeah. I can live without that. You know what I mean? I can take that in very small doses, but I don't allow it to occupy a major part of my life. Like this doesn't occupy a major part of my life. You know, go 1 hour, maybe on a rare case, an hour and a half a week. Out of a 7-day week, 24 hours a day, there ain't a whole lot of time I spend on here. You know what I mean? But anyway, you know, for some people that it's a business, they're making money at it. You know, it's adding to their nest egg. So when they need things, they have the money for it. So their accumulation of things isn't something that just stays there and they keep adding to it and adding to it. No, it's being sold, like my cousin. They're buying, selling, getting things for free, selling, buying things very cheap, selling. And they make it very attractive to a prospective buyer that it's worth it. You know, you walk in, you see a nice 32-inch flat screen TV, and they do have a shelf life to them, like a light bulb has so many hours before it burns out. LCD is the same thing, plasma is the same thing, these 4K. I think this 4K with the paperwork I got with it has like 65,000 hours of life. It's a lot of watching TV. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if that 32, oh yeah, look, it works, plug it in, it works. How many hours of life is left on it? People don't know, but hey, you know, for 30 bucks or something, it's worth just taking a shot, you know what I mean? They'll buy it and put it in their kids' room to play video games on, so they're not out in the living room making a mess, you know what I mean? Eating junk food on the carpet, playing a video. And that's what kids do, Jabba. Adults don't sit there doing that shit like you. You know what I mean? You never fucking grew up. But anyway, I'll wrap this up by giving you a little update on something I did yesterday. I talked about cheese. You know how important cheese is, right? Oh, and there's one guy in here, man. Oh, he loves it when I post pictures of food, things I make, things I've got takeout, Mi Hong, Jimmy's, Cove Surf and Turf, things I've made. Seems to bother him. And he tries to be a sarcastic smartass. And what you don't realize is, you think you're going to be a sarcastic smartass with Uncle Brian. Dude, you are way the fuck out of your league, okay? You better quit while you're behind, because you're a fucking joke. Anyway, I had mentioned yesterday, once again, I'm not promoting Cabot cheese over Cracker Barrel. I happen to prefer this better than Cracker Barrel, extra sharp cheddar. And I had said I was going to, you know, have a Ritz crackers. I already tapped into it. And I said and I'm going to go through all the cheese first before I hit the peanut butter with Ritz crackers. Brand new. Still got the seal on it. And I'm going to eat them adult-like. One Ritz peanut butter, another Ritz. I'm going to eat it like an adult, not like I did when I was a little kid. My brother and my friends, and we'd stack them up this fucking big, more crackers, more peanut. And crumbs all over the floor, and my mother. You know, we were raised right. Got the hiccups. Oh, and by the way, the hiccups is not as bad as it used to be. But I'm still getting them occasionally. Doctor said that too will pass. There are sometimes little lingering side effects from anesthesia. So, I haven't had an Uncle Brian Lifter since Tuesday. Tomorrow, Friday, you know what day tomorrow is, right? Oh yeah, that's the Uncle Brian Lifter weekend. It'll be much different. Uncle Brian Lifter use it. Now it'll be for enjoyment. Friday night through Sunday night, rather than the time I was doing it after my surgery. It was just purely for medicinal purposes for pain, believe me. And even then, the last Lifter I had was on Tuesday. I'll tell you what, man, I fucking coughed and shit. It makes me wonder how I was able to smoke for as many years as I did. You know, without coughing up my fucking lungs. Like you, Java. You know, you still smoking, buddy? Still smoking? You're still huffing and puffing and wheezing, having a hard time breathing while you're just showing people Hot Wheels cars. You're not even doing anything of any physical activity. Oh, look at this. Dude, man, you don't even know how to take care of yourself. You're worse than a fucking child. So anyway, then I'll hit the peanut butter. And I had a couple things in there I forgot all about. It went in a crisper jar. This is Auntie Billy's. I am so tempted to dig in, but hey, she has her right to what she likes. I forgot these in the fridge. String cheese, mozzarella, package at 12. She already ate too. Yeah, these things on cheap, man. $6.99 for 12. You know how many Hot Wheels cars you can buy for that? 7. And I forgot this was in there. These are good. Cinnamon rolls with icing. So there. So now I made my other buddy's day by showing him food that seems to annoy him and bother him. You're welcome. Really. People think they're going to be a smartass with me. What fucking planet did you wake up on today? You think that'll ever happen? So I guess that's about it. You know, you have hobbyists. You know, guys with cars, you know. They tinker with it, dabble with it here and there. Take them a few years. Because they're not taking money away from the things they need to live. They're not telling their kids, oh no, you can't have that pair of Converse sneakers. I'm going to get you these cheap ones at Walmart made out of plastic for $6 because daddy needs money to put into his project car. The wife's not opening letters in the mail. Honey, you know the mortgage payment is late? Honey, you know they want to shut off our gas and electric for non-payment? Honey, you know the car insurance is about to get canceled for non-payment? Because the guy was putting all his money into his project car. You know what I'm saying? It's called priorities in life, Java. People that are responsible, they stop being a child, they become an adult, they become responsible, they take care of their business. They're able to find a balance in life where they're able to fill all their needs. So the family has everything they need, everything they deserve. They're not being deprived of anything. And a little bit here and there. Yeah, I've known guys, man, I grew up with, you know, when they wanted to do things with their car, they picked up a fucking part-time job. So they're full-time paid for work and took care of everything and what they wanted to dibble and dabble with a car. He'd pick up a job a couple nights a week. Guys were working in fucking auto parts stores a couple nights a week. They weren't making a ton of money. Maybe $150 or something over a couple of nights. But hey, that's $600 a month. Now they would have put that into their car, and their wife and their kids and themselves never went without anything they needed, from clothing to food to heat to lights. Understand what I'm saying, Java? You never learned that, and you know what? A guy like you never will.